IQ. He understands the sport. He looks at it in a mental sense. He knows what he needs to do.
Fight. Crawford gonna have to stay consistent and win out. Gonna have to get ahead and stay ahead. You know what I mean? And then also looming is the controversy. Can Crawford win a close decision? I could never win a close decision.
Crawford has the same, but I just feel like Crawford's ring eye coordination is better and he has more fire in the body left. He wants it more, in my opinion.
Lennox Lewis explains why he believes Terence Crawford can defeat Canelo, emphasizing that the contest will be decided more by strategy than sheer strength. He highlights Crawford's superior boxing IQ, quick movement, and adaptability as major advantages. Lewis argues that size won't play a decisive role because Crawford's tactical mindset and ring intelligence allow him to neutralize bigger
Fighter. He's got incredible talent, incredible IQ. He understands the sport. He looks at it in a mental sense. He knows what he needs to do to stay at the top and be at the top. He moves very well. He's a very elusive mover, and his work rate is high.
I won't ask you who's going to win the fight because I know it's a question you've probably been asked a million times, but I will ask you, do you think this fight goes the distance, or do you think this fight ends inside the distance?
Interesting. Really an interesting fight to look at.
Coach Bernie's assessment highlights why Terence Crawford is such a rare and dangerous fighter. He sees Crawford as more than just a sharp puncher. His precision and timing transform every shot into a punishing blow that few can endure. Bernie points out that even with Canelo Alvarez's impressive resume, he has never faced an opponent with Crawford's blend of hand speed, accuracy, and natural power. Describing
a fight is always highly anticipated, and one this magnitude, you know what I'm saying? I think Canelo is hype too because, they know that Bud brings a different element, and the guys that he's been fighting is now superstars. Bud is a superstar. It's a mega fight. It's an underdog fight, and like I said, I'm sure they anticipate, he has trouble with movers and slick boxers and stuff like that. So they're trying to see how he deals with that, Bud fans is, understandable. Canelo got the power, he got the experience, and he's one of the faces of boxing, and so it just breeds anticipation. Want to see somebody do something great, and I think that's what everybody mostly counting on. It's a lot of hate though. A lot of people want to see us lose, and the real ones want to see us win. You know what I mean? But all in all,
this matchup has generated massive excitement among fans, as the boxing world is eager to see how Canelo, renowned for his strength and counterpunching, will cope with a fighter like Crawford, who is elusive, unpredictable, and technically exceptional. Crawford's movement, agility, and tactical brilliance make him a difficult puzzle to solve. Unlike many of Canelo's previous opponents, he won't remain stationary.
Well, Bud Crawford just hits hard anyway. He got fucking bricks for hands. You know what I mean? He got baseball mitts. His hands is as big as a baseball mitt. So, then he's a sharp puncher. So you got to understand that Canelo hasn't fought a sharp puncher. Them guys wasn't sharp punchers. Magia, Berlanga, the guys, they not sharp punchers. You know what I'm saying? So when you got it's a difference with the speed and the velocity that they're coming with. You know what I mean? If you can understand that, the quickness of the punches, the sharpness of the punches, these guys, you can see all their punches coming. You ain't gonna be able to see all Bud punches coming. You ain't gonna be able to see his punches coming for real.
They have like one common opponent, Amir Khan?
Yeah.
Tell me, what do you think the difference is? Obviously, you've seen a highlight reel with with Canelo.
Amir Khan, having shared the ring with both fighters, offers a distinctive perspective. While acknowledging Canelo's skill and accomplishments, he believes Crawford simply has a greater desire for this fight. According to Khan, Crawford's determination and hunger give him an edge that could prove decisive. He points out that Crawford remains sharp, energetic, and highly motivated, qualities that, in his view,
Great timing, great feints, moves well, whereas Crawford has the same, but I just feel like Crawford's ring eye coordination is better and he has more fire in the body left. He wants it more, in my opinion. Whereas Canelo in that last fight against the Cuban guy he fought, he just seems to me that that fire has just gone. Like, he was just getting the win and moving around and enjoying himself, which he can do because at the end of the day, the guy, he's already cemented his legacy, so he can do that. So yeah, I got Crawford winning that fight.
And when you sparred him, when you were in the same camp with Bomac, what was it? What was it like? You have any good stories about sparring him
I mean,
since you were an opponent?
see, when I fought him as a fight, I didn't know what to expect. But then obviously, when I sparred with him, I would try and different things to really how would I be able to beat a guy like him? And I was working on different things, and the guy is very tricky. He's a guy that always keeps on adapting your style and also keep getting better and better as the fight goes on. So yeah, he's a very very good fighter. I do like him because he came to my camp 2 3 times into drove up to my for spend like 2 3 weeks with me to well just give me some advice and be there with me and win with me and train with me. And so yeah, that's why like them little things go a long way for me, and that's why I'll always support him and push him.
Trainer Stephen "Breadman" Edwards offers a crucial reality check, noting that Canelo's decision to spar with Jaron Ennis, a highly skilled and dangerous fighter, may be a smart move, but it's ultimately symbolic. Edwards explains that sparring is never the same as an actual fight. While fighters use sparring to test strategies, adapt to certain styles, or send psychological messages to future opponents, it doesn't replicate the intensity, unpredictability, and high stakes of a championship bout under the lights with millions watching. For Canelo, this sparring session might be about creating the perception that he
on and don't do nothing in camp and then go look like $1 million in the fight. That's why fighters spend the kind of money they spend on sparring partners, because getting the look or simulating the intensity of how a fight is going to be is how you prepare for a fight. And the most important part of camp is sparring. So it didn't make me say that Canelo was going to win the fight, but it did make me say, damn, he's taking this fight serious, and that's a real good look. I respect the fact that he went out and got the best possible sparring he could find for Crawford to win this fight. I even respect when he did it, because if he would have got Boots early in camp, Boots would have probably beat his butt. You know what I mean? When you first come to camp and you're not sharp. So he got him a few weeks in the camp where maybe, what's how many weeks left for the fight? About 3 weeks left for the fight. This usually your peak time. So he got him about 3 weeks left in the camp so he can handle the work. Because again, you've been up to Philly and you've seen the work. Boots don't have bad days in the gym. He stays in the gym all the time. Yeah. So, like, you could just get him off the streets and he'll go 10 or 12 rounds in the gym. He don't have bad days. I'm not just bragging. I'm not bragging about a kid that I don't train or he's not my son. I'm just telling the truth. Like, I haven't seen him have like an off day in the gym in like 10 years. You know how sometimes a guy don't look good and you be like, oh, okay, he not doing his best. He really don't have them days. You know what I mean?
And the crazy part about it is he does more than 3-minute rounds and he never sits down. Like, never.
The decision to spar Jaron Ennis carries strong symbolism, signaling Canelo's intent to prepare for what he expects from Crawford in the ring. Ennis, much like Crawford, is quick, versatile, and comfortable switching stances, making him an ideal choice for simulation. By sharing the ring with Ennis, Canelo likely aimed to experience the rhythm and unpredictability Crawford brings. However, as many analysts point out, no sparring partner can truly replicate the real fight. Crawford's timing, adaptability, and unique rhythm are attributes only he can deliver. While this sparring may provide Canelo with confidence and show fans he's taking the challenge seriously, it's far from a guaranteed formula for victory.
Moves, as Canelo's maybe not had as much experience with that since moving to 168. Usually he's the smaller guy fighting some of the bigger guys. But that's not all this is. This is a message that Canelo is looking to replicate exactly what Terence Crawford has in his arsenal, has in his tool set, because everybody has wanted to see the Boots Ennis versus Terence Crawford fight because it's a stylistic matchup that is very interesting. Both guys fight out of both stances. That's right. Boots will fight out of southpaw and orthodox. Both guys are very good using their defense to create offense. Boots, one of the best at Philly shelling, catch countering, being able to do it out of both stances, has a beautiful check hook out of southpaw. As orthodox fighters throw their left hook, he comes over the top with his. And why would Canelo be looking for someone that could throw a beautiful lead hook and a backhand as a counter punch, rolling with their defense back to their offense. Oh, wait, because that's what Terence Bud Crawford does so well. Boots is explosive. He's got great counterpunch timing. He's got good awareness. His feet are good. He can walk you onto punches. He can lead the dance going first, not just looking for his counterpunches, but underrated, I think, in his aggression to lead the exchanges. This is a perfect get for Canelo. And I'm not even trying to play the one side or the other. Canelo fans, Crawford fans, you're going to think whatever you want to think. But the reality is, getting this kind of sparring is a massive deal for Canelo. It's going to give him probably the best look you could get for Terence Bud Crawford outside of sparring Terence Bud Crawford. I can't understate how important even just a couple of days working with Jaron Boots Ennis is going to be for Canelo, just to see a bit of the tempo, a bit of that switching of stance, because let's be honest, there's not many guys that Canelo has fought that have fought out of both stances and done it as fluidly as Boots Ennis or as Bud Crawford will do in their fight.
One growing concern for Canelo Alvarez is the noticeable decline in his speed and mobility. As he's moved into his 30s, observers have pointed out that he appears slower on his feet, a potential weakness against a fighter as quick and agile as Crawford. Canelo has long relied on timing, counterpunching, and cutting off the ring, but age has raised questions about his stamina and ability to move effectively. If he struggles to match Crawford's fluid movement and constant angles, he could end up chasing a target he can't catch. This presents a significant tactical dilemma. Power alone won't matter if positioning fails. Fans and analysts are watching closely to see whether Crawford's youth, sharpness, and mobility will expose this gap in Canelo's game.